Hello guys, Zark101 here, and today welcome to some more, welcome to a video. And this video is going to be, I guess you could call it Tf2 versus Overwatch, but I'm not necessarily I am comparing some aspects of the game, but I'm more saying why I prefer Tf2. I will always prefer Tf2 over than Overwatch. And I'm not attacking Overwatch. I don't exactly have a problem with Overwatch. I mean, I have a few small problems, but those can be ignored. Okay, this category is generally gameplay, but I will be talking about maybe some other stuff. So, what I mean by gameplay, Overwatch's gameplay is good. I'm not going to say it's bad. But in my opinion, it doesn't compare to enough to Team Fortress 2, because Team Fortress 2, in my opinion, its gameplay to me is just more fluent, maybe. And, well, I should have prepared an actual list for this one. But anyway, and well, the Overwatch, the 9 classes in Team Fortress 2, they're all unique for specific purposes. Scout, for instance, is really flanking. Pyro is generally a dick, but, you know, oh well. We can have one character like that, can't we? Now, the fact that there's only 9 classes in Team Fortress 2 and Overwatch has, like, I don't know, 24 at this point, and is going to continue, does worry me, because all those characters is sort of a giant rock, paper, scissors, and they can cluster all the effing place. Plus, whenever they add a new hero, it usually just gets spammed out, and then it's back to the same old stuff. And quite frankly, in my personal opinion, TF2's classes are a lot more unique and distinctive than Overwatch's, although Overwatch does have some pretty distinct heroes such as Tracer and Winston or whatnot. Now, TF2's characters are more distinctive and simpler in design, and quite frankly, that's one reason why it's very easy to figure out if a heavy is a heavy or whatnot. We'll go on to the next point now, actually. Also, the gameplay in Overwatch is sort of repetitive, although that could be said about Team Fortress 2 as well. In my opinion, they sort of have a similar vibe, but TF2 just takes the cake in terms of gameplay for me. Now, what I mean by feeling is competitive feeling, an overall feeling of the game, for me, personally. Now, if you don't agree with this opinion, or whatever it's called, good job! You're a human being. Anyway, so, basically, the first thing I want to address is, of course, Overwatch is a lot more competitive, has a lot more competitive-based things than TF2. I mean, there's esports after all with Overwatch. There is for TF2, but it's not as popular. It probably was at one point. I mean, I never considered TF2 a competitive game in the first place. TF2 is a casual / you can get competitive, but you're not gonna. If you find it in a competitive setting, you're not gonna have as much fun. You gotta become within the spy crabs, the conga lines, and all that jazz. You got to dial down your competitiveness, and you just have to have fun. And if you can't do that, then Overwatch is the game for you. I played TF2 first. Probably most of us did. So that's where I lie. TF2, I like, is a casual game, and I like it sometimes. I can turn on some music and just play it for an hour straight and just play that game seriously. And sometimes I can go off with my friends and just goof around, slapping people, hitting people with hammers, blowing up people with grenades, rocket launchers, scatterguns, shotguns, miniguns, everything. Overwatch, in my opinion, relies heavily on its competitive. Well, it doesn't really rely, but it has a competitive setting, and therefore it can be fun. But its competitive setting does drive me away a little bit, but not entirely. I'm honestly sometimes bored with the game, Like, I go on hiatuses with Overwatch a lot. I don't exactly know what it is, but with Team Fortress 2, I don't get bored with it. I basically take a break and come back. But with Overwatch, I don't know why, but it becomes stale or I become annoyed at the game for certain reasons, and I just leave it. Now, variety, yes, in the sense this applies to the gameplay, character mashups, and all this jazz. Overwatch almost takes the cake. Almost. I mean, there is so much, like, in terms of character variety and what characters can do what and how many characters can do what with who and what now. Did you follow through that? No? Fine. But anyway, like, the amount of stuff you can do with each character and the amount of characters you can do, or the things you can do with characters together, is quite frankly amazing. Like Nano Boost, Zarya's ult, Genji's with Zarya's ult. That's the thing I can think of at the top of my head, my noggin. But anyway, but it almost does. Almost. Now, when I say almost, I only say this because TF2 has 9 classes, but Overwatch does it by characters. TF2 does it by cosmetics and weapons. And oh howdy, I know there's the meme where TF2 is basically a hat simulator and the hats are overpriced. They sort of are, but in my opinion, it's worth getting in the end, because they give a nice cosmetic feel. They make you feel like it's you almost. It makes you feel like you've customized your character to look like this the way you want it to be. You can customize which weapons he wants to have. And in my opinion, the cosmetic value is, or variety, however, is much, much higher. I mean, you can have an SMG sniper. You can also have a spy crab. You can also have a ton of things. Now, Overwatch takes, like, it almost takes the cake. It almost takes that vanilla frosting with the cherry on top, but in my opinion, it does not. And again, if you disagree, good for you. You're a human being with a brain, somewhat, to actually have some thought. Now, if you guys think I'm nuts, fair enough, but in Team Fortress 2, you can have, like, you can have a lime green scout, or you can have a hoovy, you can have a full-on piss sniper, you can have soldier with a rocket jumping medic with a quick fix, you can have a crit scree, you can have a minigun, you have a scattergun, you have a backscatter, you can have a defensive scout, which is impossible in and of itself, guys. Come on. But in my opinion, there is a very fine line, in my opinion, between what Overwatch and TF2 is doing, which that is why I do not do the classic, oh, TF2 is better or whatnot. I mean, in my opinion, I'm saying that, but I'm not trying to tell the people, I'm not trying to tell you if you play Overwatch, I'm not trying to tell you that the game you're playing is bad. All I'm saying is that I would prefer this game over your game, but I would still play your game if you asked me to. So, the final point. In conclusion, well, you probably guessed by now, TF2 is preferred. Now, TF2 wins for me. It probably always will. But at the end of the day, play what games you want to play, and overall have fun while doing it, although, in my opinion, TF2 does a little better job of doing that. But Overwatch, when I got it, was probably maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Now it's probably an 8.5 out of 10. It's not perfect. There's things that I want them to fix, things that I will always hate about the game that will personally annoy me. And TF2 is 9.8. I know, those two little numbers are just because of, like, bug fixes and problems with Valve. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this random video, this debate, if you will. And I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye. Hofbrinkle.
In the sky, gazing far into the night.